beautiful beings. Welcome to my sacred space. My name is Raven and thank you so much for being here. This is going to be another one of my deck collection videos. As I've mentioned in my past videos, this was requested on the channel. However, I am trying to segregate them according to publication house so that it's easier for me to show you the decks one by one. If I do everything all together at the same time, then it's gonna be over an hour long. So yeah, this is all of my decks from Lo Scarabeo and I hope you enjoy this video. We are starting off with Before Tarot. This is Tarot One Moment Before. This is by Corinne Kenner with artwork by Ian and Simona Rossi. So this is the kit version, but you can also purchase this same deck just for the deck if you don't want the guidebook. Well, there will still be a guidebook included, but it's going to be the little white book that Lo Scarabeo normally has. So this is a kit version. It came in with this thick guidebook that's very packed with information. So I mean, if you would like to learn more about tarot, it's always a good resource because there's also like different here, like that's one of the spreads available, and then here talks about astrological symbols, and yeah, it's cool. It's a very cool deck. I'm going to show you the cards. So Lo Scarabeo, this actually has a different quality to the cardstock. The others are actually quite plasticky. This one is, I don't know, it feels like just paper, but it is thicker. I guess you can say that this is, you know, a better quality, but I do prefer the regular decks from Lo Scarabeo. So this is actually, you know, thicker as well. It's hard for me to shuffle it because I do have small hands, so it's quite a challenge for me, but I still enjoy the images, so I shuffle it differently. But yeah, here, that's the backing, pretty pale yellow rose lilies. And okay, so the theme, or the oh gosh, what happened? What happened to that card? I'm sorry, I'm a bit disturbed. I'm gonna put her aside. Okay, so the concept for these cards right here is what is the kind of like, I call it my prequel and sequel. So this is kind of like what happens before the regular tarot. So like this is one moment before the regular tarot. So here you'd see, you know, the lovers, or you know, one of them is still lying down, and then the other person is kind of like pulling them up. The others are very subtle. You wouldn't even notice them as much. Like here, the tower before it was struck by lightning. That one is very, you know, prominent. You can really see the difference. But for the others, not really. Yeah. So here she's tying the. Oh, okay. Now we know that she was the one who put her blindfold, right? So I guess I like this deck because it does add a little bit more depth into the meaning of the readings, if you would like to include that as well. So this one is the Before Tarot by Corinne Kenner. Next we have After Tarot. This is actually the reason why I got Before Tarot, because I really love this one. I fell in love with this one when I got it. I didn't know that there was a kit version that comes with like a nice box and the guidebook. So this is what I originally received for, you know, this deck. And although yeah, it does have like very little information, because you know, all of the Lo Scarabeo little white books would only have like maybe 5-6 pages allotted for, maybe less than 10 pages allotted for English, because the rest would be instructions written in different languages. So that's pretty common in Lo Scarabeo decks. However, the Before Tarot is just English all throughout, as it does have like a proper guidebook. So this is how their guidebooks look like. It usually comes in with this business card and an invite to join the Tarosophy, I think. And then here are the cards. I love this. I was so blown away when I got this. I love the cardstock. I don't know, I know there are several people out there who's really not fond of Lo Scarabeo cardstock, but I love it. I totally love it. I don't have any problem with it. I actually prefer it over other cardstocks. It is quite thin, yes. It does have like that playing card feel for a cardstock, but that's plasticky. It means it's bendy. It's easy to shuffle. It's You can shuffle it this way. You can shuffle it like riffle shuffle it, and I've never really had a problem with this one. You saw the other one. It had like a bent paper. This one, that won't happen here because I don't know. This one really snaps back quite perfectly. Now, if you can see the image, it has this kind of like mint or pistachio green color with a rose there in the middle. Kind of like, I don't know, it reminds me of the Knights Templar for some reason. But yeah, and then here are the images. So this would be like what would happen a moment after tarot. So this is the Fool. He in the regular tarot, he would be walking towards the end of the cliff, right, with one foot already over the edge, or a little bit, or other cards would have him like just standing there about to fall. Here in this particular deck, he already fell, but look at him. He still doesn't give a rat's ass about what's happening. He's still, I'm chill. And so yeah, this is after they had their debacle, so they're still like, so the two people walked by already. So that's the concept. Oh, they're hugging. That's the concept of this deck. I love it. Actually prefer it over the Before Tarot. But not only just because of the images, but as well of the cardstock. And I don't know, I just kept using this deck because I do enjoy. Oh, look at him. I do enjoy the concept and kind of like the additional nudges that you would get from reading the cards, because like, okay, you can say this is like heartbreak. So in some way, it kind of like also functions as an oracle for me, because it kind of like morphs the meaning of the deck, seeing that it is before, or sorry, this is after. So that's the Three of Swords. So normally heartbreak and pain, but you can see this heart is already mending. So you can say that, oh, okay, experienced a lot of heartaches in the past. However, I can see that you are on your way to healing. So it's kind of like, it just adds a little bit of I guess like a little bit of an angle, or more angle to the reading. I think this is also by Corinne Kenner. Is it? Oh yeah, this is also by Corinne Kenner. So again, let me do that. This is the After Tarot by Corinne Kenner. Next up is the Tarot of Mermaids. Yes, I did that. Just to add a little bit of fun. This is my second Lo Scarabeo deck, and the reason why I got this one is because I wanted another deck with the same quality as the After Tarot deck. And you know what, this one didn't disappoint. It does have that same cardstock that I've grown to like. It is plasticky and bendy, so that's the cardstock. Quick look of the guidebook, not a lot to see, and with the little white books, I kind of like, this happens, so just try to be careful with yours. It does just come in with a top box, so yeah, not a lot of protection. So yeah, just this much information for the English part. Now on to the cards themselves. So this is the backing. It does look I don't know if you can see from the camera, but it does look pixelated in real life. I'm not really a fan of how it looks like, or the print quality, or there's just something that's off about it. However, the colors are lovely, and it does remind me of the sea. So if I look at it from afar, then I'm not really bothered. So cardstock is perfect. As for the images, this is how they look like. So yeah, that's Temperance. The Lovers. They do have male figures here as well, so that's pretty cool. If you're not keen on nudity with your decks, then maybe you can get and you're keen on getting mermaids or mermaid decks, then maybe you can get the Mermaid Tarot by Lisa Robertson. That one is by Llewellyn, because this one will definitely have some titties. Yeah, I think the images are, they're very expressive, and they're, of course, RWS themed or based, but yeah, it's very cool. So that is the Tarot of Mermaids by Lo Scarabeo. Next up is the Gypsy Oracle cards by, of course, Lo Scarabeo. This one doesn't come with a guidebook. This is basically just like the history, or I don't know, just like the beginning or of how this deck came to be, or yeah, just that story. Although I think I've seen somewhere like a companion book for this one, so that's like a full-sized book. But however, I'm fine with just this because I do read intuitively. Cardstock is pretty much the same as a regular Lo Scarabeo Tarot. I need to edge mine in black because you can already see the wear and tear. So the images are like this, very simple, a bit vintagey, old school in the design and in the color. It has a lot of different keywords would be there, or the type of the cards would be there, and other languages would be here. And that's, you can, I don't know, just one image can give you a lot of feelings actually, and that was what was indicated in the guidebook, or in this little white book. That you or the readers are encouraged to kind of like go with whatever emotion that they first felt when they had a look at the cards. So definitely this deck will kind of like train your intuition. Look at that, very morbid. But yeah, so this is not a fluffy deck at all. So there's like good cards, and others are not exactly that pleasant. So yeah, that is the Gypsy Oracle cards by Lo Scarabeo. Up next is the Universal Tarot mini version. This has purple, well, rich purple color, very pretty. I love that the box, I think they changed the box because initially it was just like a regular top box, but this one has a very nice packaging. Although it's a mini, it does come in with a tiny little white book. So that's how it looks like. It does provide the keywords or the meanings for each of the cards, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, it does have this black, dark blue border thing that I'm not really fond of. But yeah, so this is the Universal Tarot. Oh yeah. It doesn't come with a title, so you just have the 6 and the swords. So, but if, like I said, with the other decks that I have, if you're already familiar with the Rider-Waite-Smith and the images of the deck, it would be easy for you to identify which one it is, even though it's tiny. So that's how it looks like. I like the cardstock. I don't have a problem with shuffling this one, even though it's tiny. I mean, it's perfect for my hands. So this is your Universal Tarot by Roberto De Angelis. Up next is the Tarot of White Cats in the same packaging, the pretty packaging with kind of like a linen paper. Nothing at the bottom. Okay, and again with the little white book. It doesn't have a lot of information, but this will do. And here are the cards. So the backing looks like that. It is reversible, and it's pretty cute. Cardstock is amazing as always. And then in the front, well, at least to my standards. So here are the images. Of course, it's RWS inspired. It's very pretty. I love how the cats are kind of like just perfect. I love the eyes. Look at that. The eyes are so expressive, even though they're cats. The hermit cat is just like super cute. And yeah, so this deck really makes me gush because I think they're absolutely adorable. Even the sun, look at that. They're so adorable. And so yeah, this is the Tarot of White Cats mini. Look at that. Oof. So yeah, that's how it looks like. I think it's pretty cute. I love the outfit of the cats here. I love that they're wearing clothes. I don't know, I just think it's It's funny. But that's me. I do love cats and kittens and all animals in general. So it is a very lovely deck for me. So that's it. That's my Tarot of White Cats. This is by Severino Beraldi. Up next right away is the Golden Universal Tarot. I'm going to show you the box. It's very, very shimmery. Okay, so this is similar to, actually, you know what? This is based of the Universal Tarot design, or at least the depictions. It is Rider-Waite Smith inspired, but you know, Lo Scarabeo has their own kind of like a generic RWS deck, and it is the Universal Tarot. I am not going to buy the regular sized version of that because I already have the mini and this. So yeah, typical little white book from Lo Scarabeo. You have English, Italiano, Espanol, Francais, and Deutsch. So there's German. So here you would have the history of tarot. So I guess this little white book would have a little bit more information than the usual. And then it goes throughout until the end, and it goes straight to Italiano. Now, onto the cards. It does have that lovely cardstock that I like from Lo Scarabeo, so I don't have any problems. As for the images, it's very gorgeous. You would have some sort of like, it's like pointillism that you have going on right there. It's yeah, this is pointillism, I think. And those, I'm not sure if you can see it clearly from the camera, but those dots are actually metallic, or yeah, they're gold. They're golden. So yeah. This deck is romantic, I guess you can say, and they do have different styles, because the Four of Swords would usually, you know, have the guy lying down like this, you know, but here it's the camera. The camera is from the feet. It's very gorgeous. So that is the shimmery Golden Universal Tarot, available at Lo Scarabeo. Last but certainly not the least is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. This came in a talk box. I don't have any problems with that because all of the Lo Scarabeo decks that I have, except for the Before Tarot one, all came in a talk box, and I do care for my decks, so you know, I think they will last, you know, hopefully long. So there you go. Now, of course, it comes with the 2 extra cards from Lo Scarabeo to put it here. I just want to give you a quick look at the guidebook. So this one actually has a little bit more information. It talks about the hindsight, insight, and foresight. And here you would have more information for the meanings of the cards. Unlike your usual Lo Scarabeo deck that sometimes would just have like one liner or like 2 lines assigned for each of the cards, this one has a little bit more. So that's pretty cool. And then let's move on to the cards now. This one also has the same quality of cardstock that I prefer, and I'm really happy about that. And originally I had a hard time choosing between Golden Universal or this one, and I bought this one first, and after that, you know, I just thought I need to have this as well, so I bought it following. Anyway, so this is the backing, kind of like the Tree of Life, maybe. To be honest, I'm not a fan of the backing. I think it's not aligned with the theme, I guess. So yeah, I would rather have like different backing for this one. However, the front, it's fabulous. I think the faces just, you know, they look straight at you. They're very expressive. I don't know if it's just me, but you know, this doesn't look like a kid. Yeah, and you can see, you know, with the Art Nouveau style, I mean, I love how the images are romantic, but at the same time, you know, they can convey the messages. I love this Hermit card. Look at that, and look at the golden parts of the card. It's not all throughout, it's just more on the background, which I think kind of like makes the actual characters pop, and I think it's beautiful. Even the tower is pretty. So I do enjoy using this. Look at that. It's just sometimes, I think the images kind of like make me gush. But instead of like focusing on the reading, but eventually, okay, this is, I think, is the one that has the least shimmer. It's just by the window. But yeah, I love this deck. I think it's very well designed. It's gorgeous. I love the golden parts of it. So yeah, this is my Golden Art Nouveau Tarot, and this is the last of my Lo Scarabeo decks. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you reached this part, thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you enjoy the decks that I have in my possession, and let me know which ones you like, which ones, you don't like as much. Or if you also have these, I would love to talk to you and converse with you as regards to our decks. There you go. How do you think Lo Scarabeo's cardstock is like? I mean, how is it like for you? Maybe I'm a weirdo for liking my Lo Scarabeo cardstock, but yeah, that's it. This is where I will leave the video. So thank you again for being here. Would appreciate your likes and your subscribes, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye!